Hey folks, welcome to this week's Fishing for Laughs. Now we certainly got a different show from last week. Last week we're at Atlantic Beach, North Carolina on board a 48-foot ocean yacht catching bonita and kingfish. This week we're here at beautiful Lake Wheeler, just south of Raleigh, North Carolina. We're going to do a little crappie fishing, maybe catch a largemouth bass if we're lucky, catch some brim, and just having a great time on my little 10-foot Pelican bass boat here.
Jerry, if I ain't mistaken, last year, wasn't this boat 10 feet longer and had a trailer?
Well, yeah, but this is what you have left after a bitter divorce, Art. You know, I'm wound up with a 30-pound trolling motor instead of a 60-pound because she got half of everything. So what do you say we get it in the water, see if we can't go catch some fish and have a great time this week on Fishing for Laughs.
Let's do this. Carol, where are we going to take this thing?
All right, we're going straight across the lake, Art, to that cove up in there. That's where there's some stumps and some trees, man. That'll be a great place.
Where?
To fish. Across the lake.
How many batteries you got on that motor, bro?
I got a plan, brother. It won't take long. Trust me. That's a really strong trolling motor.
Yeah. The last time Jerry went to the hospital, he said, trust me. All right, man, get in.
Let me hop in, you push me off. Whoa.
You ask your ex-wife's new husband if we can have the trailer back.
You better get in.
Meet me at the dock.
Yeah, meet you at the dock.
Carol, you are lying. This little boat will get on with it.
Told you I had a plan, man. This thing will fly if you do the right things. We got a plan to get across this lake in a hurry.
This time you were actually using your head for more than a half rack.
Was that any better?
We're taking water.
Oh,
Clint!
Slow.
Hey, Carol, I think your great idea is just win.
Well, hey, I didn't know we were going to try and run 30 miles an hour and pull behind a pontoon. Let me that bilge pump on.
Like we told you, folks, if you learned anything from this show, it is completely by accident.
Yeah.
Hey folks, just a quick explanation of what we're fishing with today. We've got a Zebco Ultralight Z3 on a Rhino titanium rod. Folks, we have got some small tackle. We're gonna have a good time catching these crappie today. Quick weather report. It's cold. It's borderline bitter cold. Like Jerry said, it's the second week of November. It's the coldest day of the year.
Whose idea was this?
This was your idea. That's exactly whose idea
Well,
that was.
I heard the crappie were biting at Lake Wheeler. The trees are still beautiful with the leaves on them. I come out, I didn't know we were going to have gale force winds by 9 o'clock this morning. So we're having a little trouble staying anchored up to the stump here.
But we got us a bucket full of live minnows, crappie minnows.
We got some crickets that are in complete shock.
The crickets are suffering from hypothermia.
They're upside down with their legs sticking up in the bucket. But as soon as we put them in this 60-degree water, they're going to warm up. So anyway, folks, that's all we can, hoping we can catch some crappie here. It's crappie weather, man. It's getting cold. It's in early fall.
It's extremely cold.
It's
bitter cold.
You're used to duck hunting.
Let me tell you something. I'm a little bit bitter this morning just to begin with. Because I woke up this morning and my wife had dried my pants an hour longer than they should have been.
An hour longer.
So now I feel like Dwight Yoakam without the talent.
I got news for you, brother. Your wife didn't shrink your pants. McDonald's shrunk your pants. When you go to Golden Corral, Art, it's not all you can eat all the time. Jeez Louise. You ever take this boy out to all you can eat buffet, you got to drag him away with a rope.
Like John Finette says, you've been here 4 hours. hour.
4 hours. Me and Art went to a Chinese restaurant. It was all you could eat buffet. I said, ma'am, you should probably weigh us on the way in, weigh us on the way out, and charge us by the pound. I'll know one thing, we're going to have to get some more biscuits to warm up this morning.
Well, we had an entire bag full of biscuits, but they got soaked when we had a monsoon come over the front of the boat.
That and when we dropped the boat, getting it out of the back of the truck. Folks, we've told you, we're not professionals. If we were professionals, we'd be catching fish now, not to mention, we wouldn't be with a 30-pound trolling motor. We're just playing hooky from work. That's the thing.
That's exactly
I need
right.
to be picking soybeans this afternoon, but hey, that can wait. Art needs to be putting in some, what are you doing now besides the what?
Pulling wire, building a big parking lot.
Yeah.
Putting in light poles.
We're professional comedians, which means we have to have another occupation.
You know the difference between a comedian and a large pizza?
That's right, a large pizza will feed a family of 4.
So folks, we got our lines in the water. We're just hanging out and having a good time this morning. Stick with us. We'll be right back with more Fishing for Laughs.
Y'all don't know what it's like, folks. Welcome back after the break. Fishing with Art is like fishing with women and children. Running his hand down in the minnow bucket instead of using a dip net. Holy cow.
And y'all wonder why I'm angry this morning.
Yeah. I don't know why. You got a good-looking wife, and look at you, you. Hey, you got to tell him. We're watching our opening episode. We're doing the editing, and what did you say, Art?
I said, do I really sound like that? Like I'm eating gravel?
I go, sound like that, folks. I hate to tell him he looks like that. That broke his heart. He goes, I really don't. Oh, yes, you do. First time I ever saw myself on camera, I was doing I was doing a commercial, or doing some shoots for a video, and I turned around and it just blew my whole thing about me thinking I was a big time stud. I used to think I looked like Tom Selleck. I found out real quick I look like Dr. Phil. That's right, everybody, look, Dr. Phil right here. It's Dr. Phil fishing on the boat today. Absolutely. Of course, the biggest thing is this guy, we do, everybody for the first episode's adjusting their bass and their treble going, you know, they got a lousy mic on that guy. He sounds like he's gargling with gravel. Folks, it wasn't your TV, it wasn't their mic. I do shows, Art opens for me, the guy's going, I've done everything I can with this mic trying to get a better sound. I said, just wait till I get on. It's Art. Sounds like he swallowed a gerbil.
Jerry's getting fan mail, I'm getting fan chloroseptic.
Yeah, that needs to be our big sponsor, Chloroseptic.
Guy came up to me in July and goes, man, you still got that cold? I saw you in December.
We've got to get some fish here, folks. That's why they call it fishing and not catching. They're probably somewhere warm, don't you think?
I think so. I'm going with them.
Next time I'm going for the warm look instead of the look good on camera look.
If we know anybody in Florida that can take us fishing, we're open all January and February.
That's right. What are you ducking for?
To save my eyes. That's exactly what I'm ducking for.
Art's never fished on my little boat before. I told him it'll be fun.
You go through another divorce, we're going to be fishing on...
Inner tubes.
We're fishing on a pallet.
One more divorce, I'm gonna be like those guys in those inner tubes with the waders and the paddles on their feet. Give us a minute, folks, while we blow our boat up.
I had to go down the Mississippi River and catch a log floating down the river.
Yeah, glad you can laugh about it. That's right, folks, I'm on my third wife. I've just got married to a woman 10 years younger from New Jersey. Oh yeah, pretty sure this one's gonna work. We make it 5 years. I told her it'll be a golden anniversary. Living with me, folks, you wouldn't know it. I seem to be a pretty well-balanced guy. Living with me is not a day at the tractor pull. And of course, you're on your second marriage.
Exactly. I am married, divorced, and married again to the same woman. That's kind of like robbing a bank and telling the getaway car, go ahead, man, I'll just walk.
I figure that's like having a car that kept breaking down and giving you trouble, so you traded it in on a new one, and then decided, I really missed that. I think I'll go back and get it again.
People say, why'd you marry her again? I said, because I wanted half my stuff back. what is that great bit that you got? I've seen you do it 100 times. Talk about Grandma.
Yeah, Grandma Macy, man.
Grandma going fishing.
My grandma taught me how to fish, and she always taught us to fish with a cane pole. That's why I like these little telescopic, crappie brim busters. I love those things, man. It's a great story. My grandmother taught us how to fish with a cane pole, and it's just a great comedy bit I do every show. As a matter of fact, folks, it's easier for me to show you than to tell you the bit. So let's go to this week's comedy bit of the week. Granny was great. She taught us how to fish. She would go down to the pond. She fished with a cane pole. Some of y'all may not know what I'm talking about. She fished with a cane pole. Cane pole, 14 foot long, about the size of that microphone on the little end. By God, you could pole vault with Granny's fishing pole. 30-pound test line. Sometimes truck gets stuck in the ditch. We'd pull it out with Granny's fishing line. Like a piece of mason cord on there. And a little cork and a hook, and she'd use crickets, worms, or minnows. Fishing was not a sport to Granny. It was a way of putting food on the table. She was raised 9, 10 children during the Depression. So she was serious about catching something to eat. And you hope and pray to God this woman caught something, because if not, you were having worms, crickets, and minnows and cornbread for supper. I got news for y'all. Survivor ain't showed me nothing I won't eat yet. Bring it on. I'll eat a grub worm in a heartbeat. And she'd sit there on that pond, boy. She would watch that cork, and she was just like a steel cold trap. And she'd watch it, and if it so much as wiggle, whoo, she'd jerk a fish out so violently he'd be clean and filleted when he hit the ground. Looked like a Mrs. Paul's fish stick flopping around. Sometimes she was a little too quick though, Bruce. She'd watch it, and boy, she'd be like a steel trap, and if it just so much as whispered, whoo, just jerk a set of lips out. Pretty big fish, lips weigh 1.5 pounds. Went from being a largemouth bass to a no-mouth bass. Used to catch a lot of hair-lipped fish behind Granny. You boys ever tried to catch a bass just in the bottom lip? Can't be done.
Hey folks, wind's picked up here a little bit. What do you think, Carol?
I think we need to break camp and head somewhere else where the wind's calmer and maybe the fish are biting.
I think that's what we're gonna do. So y'all stick right with us, grab a snack, come right back, watch more Fishing for Laughs.
Hey folks, welcome back to Fishing for Laughs. We've moved down to the upper end of the lake. We're near the bridge. It's not quite as much wind. The temperature's a little warmer. It's a little warmer here.
How deep are we, Carol?
How deep are we? Hold on, let me get out my depth finder.
You have got to be kidding me.
6 foot. You wanna know what the temperature is? 62 degrees. pH, but there's fish all around. Hey, listen, I had a choice. It was either keep the trolling motor or the depth finder in the divorce. I hate paddling, okay? I can guess where the fish are. Hey folks, we've changed positions again. We got our lines out. We've actually had a couple of bites now. Art's had a couple of bites. I don't think I've had anything bother my bait. Art's had a couple of bites, and as usual, practicing catch and release before it gets to the boat. It's warmed up quite a bit. We may get out of these coats in a little bit. The wind's died down. Hopefully, the fish will start biting, but if not, we're having a great time, that's for sure. Like I say, I had to get a little closer to shore also. Art's got a bladder the size of a walnut. I swear it's like fishing with my daughters. Carol, I gotta go. We'll go. We had to change. We couldn't stay with the bridge because you had to pee every 30 seconds.
We have a hard time when we go offshore.
Yeah, no, we don't, because y'all mess up the man's boat.
That's right.
So we're sitting here enjoying a day of hooky off of work. We needed a break though, because let's face it, I was on the road last week, you were on the road, and you were where?
The lovely town of Emerald Isle, North Carolina.
And for those of you who don't know, Emerald Isle is just down the road from Atlantic Beach where we were at the last fishing show, near Morehead City. I was in, of all places, Sacramento, California, right across the street from the Capitol building there. Well, I know just what that nigga was. As a matter of fact, they
Did you
say
see him?
no, but they say he stays in our hotel. We were staying at Hyatt Regency. He has the 15th floor as his. I didn't get to see him. I flew into town, did my show, flew back out. So it's and let's see, my room was $186 a night. How much was yours?
My room at the Holiday Isle Travel Lodge and Motor Park was paid for. But I'll tell you, what you paid for a hotel room is more than I made for the weekend.
I was gonna say, I spend more on rental cars than Art makes in a weekend.
That guy looking at the map.
Yes, he is. He's got a depth finder
He's
too.
gonna find out where no fish are too. Where can I go there aren't fish? This spot right here.
Well, we've seen them everywhere.
Yeah, the fish are
The
here.
fish are here. We just can't bite them. They don't like what we're fishing with.
Hey folks, welcome back from the break. As you can tell, we're no longer at Lake Wheeler, where we have fished for 7 hours, hadn't caught a thing. The only thing we caught was one fish so small, I'm pretty sure the minnow beat him up and put him on the hook. So what we are is we're here at in Greensboro, North Carolina, at the Freshwater Saltwater Fishing Expo.
And folks, we are about 50 degrees warmer than we were a few hours ago, first of all. And we came here, we're going to either meet some guides to take us fishing, or we're gonna go to some seminars to learn how to fish. Because we realize we can't do this on our own. Telling jokes we can do, fishing not do. So stick with us, this is gonna be fun here. Daryl, we ain't in Kansas anymore, boy.
Holy cow, to borrow a phrase from Tim Allen. Man, I ain't been this excited in years. Did you see all of these boats and tackle?
This is incredible, isn't
You know what? We will actually learn something here. We've got to go to some of these seminars after 7
All day
hours.
long.
Yep, all day long seminars after 7.5 hours of fishing Lake Wheeler and didn't even get a nibble. That's why we are where, that's right, we are where we can go to learn to fish, folks. And if not, we'll find somebody that'll take us fishing and bait Art's hook and take the fish off. Buddy, I think we need to go find a boat.
Let's do that.
Something that we're not picking up, taking out of the back of my truck. What do
We're
you
putting
think?
it in my name this time.
That's right, because I can't stand to lose another boat to an over-aggressive divorce attorney. Let's go look at some of these boats.
Let's do
buddy.
this. Carol, this is our boat, $200.
Man, for those of you that remember the first show, folks, we always said, what can you afford? When you go to see a boat dealer and they say, what can you afford? $200. That's in our budget, Artie. No doubt about it.
Gentlemen, let me put you in a new boat.
Oh, you the man, you my
That's
hero.
exactly who we need to see.
Now, does this one have this one has a motor and a depth finder and a trolling motor?
This thing has everything.
Then you know what? Let's put it in his name, because I'm not very good with bitter divorces. My ex-wife's attorney got the last boat I had, so you the man we need to see. You can put us in this boat for $200?
Yes, sir.
Or less.
Yes, sir. $200.
$200. This the man we need to see,
I'll
folks.
take it.
The next show, you're gonna see us in a boat that's not 10 foot long in the back of my pickup.
We are here with world-renowned flounder fisherman, Captain Jimmy Price. Y'all, later on this season, Jimmy's gonna take us out for some flounder off the coast of North Carolina. We cannot wait. That's gonna be such a treat for Jerry and I. Jimmy, tell us about this lure you got here.
Well, what we're going to be doing, we're going to be using a little shrimp lobster like you see right there in that little old body of water. That joker right there will flat catch fish real quick. Flounder, trout, red drum, love it. We catch a lot of flounders on it. You just hop him up and down on the bottom, make him look real, just like that right there. If you don't think that joker will catch a fish, I want to show you something, buddy.
All right.
Look here, look inside this tank right here. Look real, real good.
Yeah,
You see any fish?
ain't no fish.
I caught them all before you got here.
No, we are really excited about this upcoming season here, getting to fish with Captain Jimmy. That's going to be such great fun. So we really look forward to it.
Good.
It'll
I'm
be-
looking
it'll be a
forward
good
to
time
it.
for
We'll
us
catch
all.
you down the road. We'll go catch us one.
That sounds great. Y'all,
Okay.
Captain Jimmy Price.
Appreciate it. Y'all have a good one.
Hey, Art, come here. This is what we've been looking for.
That's why we're here, boy. Let's go.
Let's go. Go, boy, come on, Art. Come on, gotta hurry up.
We must be on the front row.
That's right. We're absolutely in the front row. We're going to have a good time. We're going to learn something today.
Hey guys, this thing doesn't start for another 2 hours.
Well, you guys need to go have lunch then, because I tell you what, we're not leaving this spot.
We're not moving from here for 2
Where-
more hours. I'm gonna learn something yet.
Lord knows you need to.
That's exactly right. I'm gonna catch a fish. Hey folks, we hope y'all had as good a time this week on Fishing for Laughs as we had. The first and only ever fishing show about not catching fish. But we ended up here at Greensboro at the Bass Saltwater Show. We had a great time here, learned so much. What do you think, man?
And as always, if you enjoyed today's show, please tell your friends and neighbors. And if you didn't, I hope you have no friends and neighbors. Also, if you want to get in touch with us, you can go to fishingforlaughs.com. Or if you ever want to book me and Art for a speaking engagement, a comedy event, you can get in touch with us through TLC Management or Fishing for Laughs. So I think we've had a great time, Art. And next week, join us for part 2 of Fishing for Laughs at Lake Wheeler, where we actually catch some fish.
Hey folks, please remember that life is short.
So take a friend fishing.